a tool, but once you created it, it will save you hours of repetitive tasks. And the experience. We engage players on a level by having them press a series of buttons that surround these circuit lines around the buttons. Of course, there's a progression where there are different states of success visually displayed by how much the circuits light up to advance in the experience. These circuit lines, we're going to say we're dealing with multiple circuit lines. We were dealing with about between 8 to 10 per button. So there was a lot of states that we needed to call on each one of those buttons. The design team came up with a concept that at a glance was straightforward to do this pretty much in any 3D package. And it could have been done something like this. You trace on curves, you strew some geometry out of those curves. You modify the UVs for each one of those depending on what the progression was going to be like. You select each one of the pieces of geometry, rename them, export them all out, and you're done. But the problem with this is that that will only cover one set of circuit lines. As you can see, we're dealing with about 11, and we had 11 on one side, 11 on the other side, and we were trying different things, so the design was changing. At this point, the design evolved, as it often does, and this simple task will have become extremely repetitive and laborious. That's when we turned to proceduralism. We started out by creating the core elements that will generate the circuit lines, keeping in mind the variable time that was required for each one of the buttons, so the necessary parameters were created. As you can see in the images, we took our spaghetti nodes and put them into a neat bundle. This kept things clean, and it will allow us to input curves, generate then geometry with customized UVs, control the position, the scale, the taper, and whatever other parameters we needed. If we wanted to manipulate curves, circuit lines individually, we could do that too. We have full control over the tool.